Every new author has a story to claim. Sit back, listen to conversation between Terry Lynn and you. Authors wander, rise, you let the journey begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my podcast, Conversations Between Terry Lynn and New Authors. On this episode, I'm talking with my friend Nancy McNeil. She writes about baby goats. Welcome, Nancy.
Thanks, Terry. I'm really happy to be here.
Please tell us about your writing and your first book.
Okay, and my first book is called, it's a series called Becky's Farming Adventures, and the first book is called Becky and the Trailer Kids, bracket Spring. The idea came from raising 7 orphan baby goats inside a trailer. I live on a small farm, and our farm is next door to another farm where the trailer resided. So it's based on a real-life experience. Baby goat kids are usually born in January, and I live on the Pacific West Coast in Coquitlam, British Columbia, Canada, where January weather is often very wet and cold. Orphan goat kids are normally kept warm by their mothers and siblings, but with the orphan kids, a neighbor brought them home. They wouldn't have survived without heat inside a shelter. Thus, our neighbor set up his old trailer with an animal-proof heater as the goat kids' little barn. The goat kids probably were 8 weeks old when we received them and required bottle feeding every 2 hours for the first 2 months. This is a huge commitment, and the way we split it up was that our 2 neighbors did the day shift, and my husband and I did the night shift. It was exhausting, but it was also very rewarding.
Sounds like a wonderful experience. What inspired you to write stories for children?
I think that I've always been a reader and a writer, and I've written short stories right from the get-go, right from about 6 years old on. But it wasn't until I became a Grammy, and I have 4 wonderful grandchildren, and it's my fabulous 4 grandkids that are my inspiration. I want to leave a legacy for them, and hopefully they will share my books with their children and maybe their grandchildren.
Leaving a legacy for your grandchildren is an awesome reason to write children's books.
Thank you.
You and I are in the same writing coaching program, Children's Book Mastery. Would you like to talk about the program? And what do you want people to know about it?
Yes, I'd love to talk about the program. I love being a CBM coaching member. Our coach, Karen Ferrara, is the best coach ever. Karen is an amazing leader who is happy to answer any of your questions anytime. She's a great teacher, and I've accomplished more in the 3 years I've been with the CBM program because I've focused and she's taught me how to focus, and I've worked towards specific goals which I've set for myself through her strategic planning sessions. We attend these sessions quarterly and also annually. Then there's the other coaching members who are also there to support me just like I support them. And I attend 3 different coaching sessions a week, and I just find that the comments that I receive from other coaching members to be so valuable.
Did any real life kids or experiences influence your characters?
Absolutely. Yes, the goat kids in my book, Becky and the Trailer Kids, are named after the real goat kids we helped raise. And I named them, much to the chagrin of one of the farmers who said, never name farm animals. They shouldn't be named, but I named them. And when the goat kids were about 8 months old, they moved over to our farm, and we took care of them, and along with our alpaca and our llama.
What age group do you write for, and why that age in particular?
I write for 5 to 8-year-olds. My main character's name is Becky, and she's 9 years old. And I knew that children are often look up to an older sibling or an older cousin, and thus the age group that I wanted to write for had to be less than 9. So I write for 5 to 8-year-olds.
That's great to know the age group you wanted to write for right away. What's your favorite children's book from your own childhood?
I'd have to say that for a wintertime read, my favorite read was The Night Before Christmas, because Christmas was always such a magical time, and that book just summed up the magic that happens on Christmas Eve. I still believe in Santa Claus. I haven't given up on that. And I would say that for a summertime read, I really enjoyed reading Charlotte's Web because of all the farm animals and the relationship between Charlotte and Wilbur the pig. Absolutely magical. And um, I wanted to again write about farm animals and about my farming experiences and share some of the things that I've enjoyed doing.
Yeah, I also love to write about what is close to my heart. How was it like seeing your story come to life through illustrations?
Oh, absolutely amazing. I could not believe that somebody else could interpret the scenes that I had in my head so accurately. With a few illustration notes that I gave, I was just amazed at the illustrations that just grew on the page. And then when color was added, it just blew me away. And yeah, I can't say enough to Solomia, who is my illustrator from Get Your Book Illustrations. She did a fabulous job with the illustrations, and I really can't thank her enough.
Yeah, Salomia, the illustrator from Get Your Book Illustrations, illustrated 3 of my 4 books, and I agree that she did a wonderful job on our books. How did it feel when you held your book for the first time?
It was a very emotional feeling. It still gives me goosebumps when I think about it, and even when I still hold my brand new book, that I actually accomplished and completed a task that at times was so difficult and felt like I would just never get there. Um, I cried actually when I was alone with my first book, and I just thought, "Wow, I actually did it." I I wanted to shout that to the rooftop that it is possible to do this. It isn't easy, but then it's so rewarding because you struggle. But you don't struggle alone, at least not with CBM, Children's Book Mastery. You can share your frustrations and your hopes and your dreams with your colleagues, and you help each other along.
Wanted to shout it out loud too. What do you hope children take away from your book?
I actually think children will enjoy the goats and will enjoy the experiences and hopefully they'll see themselves as problem solvers because that's the big message I wanted to get across is that children are great problem solvers and they come from problem solving from many different directions. Um, they will often surprise you with their choices that they make, and that adults really need to sit back and watch and be there to guide them if they need guidance, but to let them do it themselves and to not always be there to give them direction. Because kids will likely follow direction, but they really need to think for themselves. And I'm hoping that in my book, Becky and Jane solve a problem where the mischievous goat Blackie gets away and they can see themselves as real potential problem solvers. And that's a good thing, I think.
Totally agree with you. Children are quite capable in solving their own problems. Have you ever had a child's reaction to your book surprise or move you?
Yes, I still get chills when I'm complimented and reminded that I should feel so proud and amazed that I've accomplished, that actually written a book. And kids will come up to me and show me pictures of their favorite picture and I'll ask them why and we'll talk about it. So I'm really pleased that children are relating to my story.
You should be very proud of yourself. What advice would you give to someone dreaming of writing a children's book?
I would encourage them to follow their dream, learn as much as they can about the writing craft, and join writing groups and learn more about the different writing genres as well. And I think that all you can do is read, read, read. Definitely read children's picture books if you want to write picture books. Look at the different techniques, study the way the dialogue occurs and the story develops, because it really is a very short story of sometimes 5 to 800 words. and then just keep reading and reading and reading, and you'll be amazed as to how much you absorb and how much you're able to create your story and move forward with it.
That is great advice, all of it. What can we expect from you in the future, your upcoming books?
Becky's Farming Adventures is a series of 4 books, and it's for children who love farm animals, farms, and adventure. The first book is published and is called Becky and the Trailer Kids, Spring. And there will be 3 other books, and they follow the seasons because farming follows seasons as well. So the second book is called Becky and the Blue Ribbon, Summer. I hope to launch this book in spring of 2026. And it will be followed by Becky and the Flyers of Myers Marsh, which is a fall book. And then there will be a winter book called Becky and the Christmas Hummingbirds. And I want to say that in taking the CBM courses, all the boot camps I've attended for picture books, I was able to draft because I had these books in my head and was just looking for an outlet to be able to share the story.
I look forward to reading all of your books. How can people get a hold of you and find your books, your website, your email address, your Amazon page, etc.?
Well, Curtis Farming, Becky and the Trailer Kids, Spring is available through Amazon's many local US and Canadian platforms as well as international platforms. So Amazon.ca for Canada and Amazon.com for the United States. My web address is nancymcneilauthor.com, and it has a direct link to both my Amazon.ca and Amazon.com pages. And I look forward to people taking a chance and reading my book and letting me know. I'd love to hear their reaction to my story.
Thank you, Nancy, for your information. I will put the link to your website in this episode's notes below.
Thank you so much, Terry.
Is it anything else you want people to know about you?
I enjoy life. I really enjoy farming. My goats are long gone now, but I still have a llama, and we're constantly enjoying our llama along with our neighbor's sheep and chickens, and sometimes we help raise pigs. And then there are the predators, and right now there are lots of bears and bear cubs on our property or roaming through our property, as well as sometimes we see bobcats, raccoons, and the odd bobcat.
Thank you, Nancy, for talking with me on my podcast, Conversations Between Terry Lynn and New Authors on the Rise.
Thank you, Terry.
Okay, my listeners, tune in next week when I talk with the new children's book author, Allison G. Shin, and find out what mythical sea creature she writes about. Until then, happy reading with your kiddos.